They provide crucial services to athletes, including representation, yet many of them remain misunderstood and their profession largely remains anonymous. We'll demystify the role of agents, including listening and speaking to them here on this program, as well as finding out their functions in relation to the world of athletics. Hello and welcome to Setting the Pace here on Zuku Sports. My name is Sadiq Shaban. Welcome to the program. A lot has happened this past week in the world of athletics. Now let's quickly catch up with what's making headlines around the world. Jamaican sprinters Asafa Powell, the former 100 meters world record holder, and Sharon Simpson have had their doping bans reduced from 18 months to 6 months and are free to compete immediately after their appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sport was granted. The pair was suspended by Jamaica Anti-Doping Disciplinary Panel after testing positive for the banned stimulant oxylofrine. IAAF is yet to comment on the matter. Elsewhere, double Olympic champion Mo Farah pulled out of the 2014 Glasgow Grand Prix after suffering from abdominal pain and remains a doubt for the Commonwealth Games. Mo Farah is, however, still listed in the British athletics team for the 5,000 meters and 10,000 meters at the Games. David Rudisha emphatically won the men's 800 meters at the same event, his first race on British soil since he won gold at the London 2012 Olympic Games. Rudisha set a world-leading time of 1 minute 43.34 seconds. So who is an athlete's agent, or who is an athlete's manager, or better still, who is an athlete's representative? Let's put this question to the athletes to be able to get a clear picture of how they regard the people that manage them.
We have an agent, although we call them managers.
A manager or an agent is the same.
For me, I think the agent and manager is the same.
The manager now is somebody who is in charge of me, my boss.
They enter you into races whenever the Diamond League.
To book a flight, to talk to race organizers when they want to hand an athlete.
And also they manage your stay in Europe.
Everything is my manager's thing. For flight details, where I'm going to stay, it's organizing for me.
And also to market you in abroad, in races, to negotiate your contract fee, and also to negotiate your appearance fee whenever you race.
It's the same manager that will receive your money on your behalf from the race director.
So that it is their work. They have a very great task, and they are part of us.
An athlete loses 45% of his earning because a country taxes 30%, the agent tax 15%.
If they tax 15%, and then the rest is yours.
And then the expenses, because you have to pay your expenses when you live in Europe, and the air tickets as well, and the accommodation when you stay in the house you have to be paying, transport, things like that. I mean, you end up getting something like 45% and remaining.
But the biggest problem is that some agents stay with your money for a longer period, that they don't remit that money immediately. And that is where now you hear these noises from the athletes that these agents are eating our money.
They remain anonymous, they are hardly seen and hardly talked about, and they remain the gray area when discussions abound about the roles they play. On Setting the Pace, we will demystify that and break down into pieces by bringing them to speak about their roles. But first, I have to engage a person who has interacted with the agents, has covered them, and he knows them all too well. I'd like to introduce on studio now Ayumba Ayode, who is a sports journalist and a sports writer here in Kenya. Ayumba, good to see you and welcome to Setting the Pace.
Thank you so much.
How do you define personally a sports agent?
That's known as agents, athletes representative, that is by the IAAF, and managers. These people play a crucial role in an athlete's life, in that after the athlete has trained well, he has to source for, he has to source for a race. She has to sign and know what is at stake. So he has to engage a person who is qualified, who can negotiate for a good pass for her or him. At the same time, that agent should also provide, they do provide facilities and even propose for good training venues for the athletes so that good results come along.
In April of 2011, IAAF revised the roles of the managers, also legally known as athletes representative. What are some of the new additions that the IAAF brought into fore when we are dealing with the issue of athletes representatives?
When IAAF came up with such restrictions is after a famous agent from Britain really withheld athletes' pass, and some of the athletes are Kenyans, even a former world record holder, marathon world record holder. He withheld a total of close to 500 million Kenyan shillings. So that is why the IAAF came up with stringent measures that includes courses for the agents and managers. They also issued some requirements where at least the agent should at least have a degree,
right,
so that he knows what he's dealing with. He knows the legal implications on if he withholds an athlete's pass. He knows the repercussions.
Apart from such standard requirements as a good reputation, integrity, sound financial background and stability, someone would ask, what does it take to be an agent? Can anybody become an agent? Can a company become an agent?
Anybody can become an agent, but it depends also. You really must have a background on athletics. You just cannot come and one day and say you wanted to become. Where will you start? You must have gone through the systems. There's a course that someone has to sit. That is an IAAF course, and even local federations like Athletics Kenya have such courses for someone to go through and qualify. Like right now, they do renew them, the contracts, they do renew them every year.
A lot of people are familiar perhaps with such popular agents as we are going to be looking at them in a short while. But the question is, do we have agents who are based locally or locally bred agents, say in Kenya, in Uganda, in Tanzania, who are not necessarily European, coming to manage athletes that are found in this region?
Yeah, we do have. The IAAF have actually licensed some, and the locals one have also been licensed by the Athletics Kenya, but most of them come from outside the country. The few we have are not that, they act as a link between the foreign agents and the local athletes.
All right, Ayum Bayodi, just hold on to that thought because we need to listen now to, we hear from the horse's mouth as it were. We will speak to this agent after a break. He manages Kenya's elite athletes as well as top runners from Britain, Italy and Ethiopia. When we come back. Mursik is a basic element in the cuisine of Kalenjin people. It's been made famous by Kenyan athletes who, on arrival from competitions abroad, are welcome with it. But do you know how it's prepared?
Mursik ko mursik se gilbes ko gaani kinyo magani ko mursik mo mursik. Sotet ke ki la lonye be ko te ki un sotet. Ki un yo ka ko teleliti ma. Nyaga ko sai pisut. Isu tete ile chose ko te ro ke chego. Ko te betusiek angwan. Ko Mursik yaamda kimyet. Ite singwo tisakyat. Keamis kebiyonso. Kikochin Mursik sikosich nguvu. Kotes nguvu. Kose sito kararan bortonyin. Kose komie bortonyin. Kokwal wisi makase ki.
Mursik is a mark of warm welcome from for a person who has come from success. So it's a mark of success.
You know, Mursik is generally milk and which has been preserved and it's fermented, you know, it's a fermented milk and there is a special way of fermenting them. Our mothers and so know how to do it very well. It's a very good thing. That's why I'm always strong like this, because of that milk. It's a special milk as in Kalenjin, and it's given to special people like heroes. In the past it was used to give at Kalenjin warriors, you know, when they are going for something, and it's a special thing you are given when you have done something very good. That's why always at the airport you see when you have done, or when you arrive from anywhere, we are given that thing. You are given during a special moment or a special event.
That is the culture of the Kalenjin. And this Galabash, we respect. Those people bringing is either your father or your mother. If not the parents, is the community elder. They can select 2 people or 1 person. They can come and welcome you and give you this Galabash with milk. This thing means that you are now hero.
Welcome back to Setting the Pace. We are glad you're watching. Remember, you can get to watch these episodes online at www.youtube.com/user/Zuku Sports. Or also, you can find us on Facebook. Our Facebook page is Setting the Pace. You can also tweet us at Zuku Sports, and we certainly will be in touch. Ayumba Ayodi, but who is supposed to take charge when an agent goes rogue?
The IAAF have rules. Athletics Kenya have rules. If AK and IAAF found that some of these agents have gone astray, that is when they act. AK has like the agent from Britain who withheld close to 500 million Kenyan shillings from the athlete's purse. He was banned for life. There are some locals, there are some who've been also been warned locally, though even though most of them toe the line, they're actually treating the athletes well, because they know that is where they get their bread and butter from.
And speaking of treating the athletes well, have you had cases where an athlete has been mistreated or mismanaged by an agent, but chooses deliberately to keep quiet so as not to lose that favor or relationship they enjoy with an agent?
There are some agents actually who take advantage of the athlete, especially most of these athletes who have not gone to school. Most of them are semi-literate. The agents tend to use shortcuts, whereby even after an athlete wins some money abroad, they tend not to abide with the 20% requirement in fee, where they tend to give the athlete some check of 20,000, 10,000. So when the athlete realizes that something is wrong, that is when the agent comes in to tell him, I've done for you this, I picked you from up country, you knew nothing. So that is how the controversies come in.
And just as you speak of controversy, just hold on to that, because I just want to bring in now Gianni De Madonna, who is an Italian agent, who specifically speaks in no holds barred format why there's a misconception about athletes and the agents, and why most of them are known as controversial. Just hold on. Let's listen to him and we'll come back to this discussion.
This is really something stupid that the people say it, because without agent, the artists don't go anywhere. If you take an artist that is 17, 18 years old and you help him to develop himself, to find meetings, to have shoes, to have facilities, to have physiotherapy, to have whatever an artist needs, you can talk to all the artists, at least that are under my management, and you will see that I really help them in getting a champion if they can. An agent is for the artist. An artist without an agent is difficult that can assist. Especially you have to plan yourself, you have to contact the organizer, you have to make the visa, arrange the ticket, go to the meetings or to the marathons or to the races. Without an agent, without an artist, if an agent is honest and the bills are transparent, this is something that I cannot, I don't respect, and if I am in this business now 25 years, it's because I am respected. In the other case, if you are not honest, you will finish very soon to work with the artists, because also the artists are not stupid. They understand who is honest and who is dishonest.
He says it's nonsense. It doesn't make sense that an agent should only be seen as a person who eats the athlete's money.
People tend to think that if a fish is rotten, the whole set of the delicacy is bad. That is the impression. But we have good agents.
Many that are
yes,
in the field.
And we have many who are good.
And Ayumba,
yes,
just on the same point, again, we know this is agency, is also business. These people are in the long haul here to make money and to make profit.
Yes.
At the same time, their core business, for which their license is to manage the athletes, represent them, act as a link between the athlete, the race organizer, the prize money they receive, and the whole in trust. So where is the balance between doing business with the athletes and providing that for which they are legal, they are licensed to do?
You see, when an athlete is good, an agent will benefit because the athlete will compete in quality races. If you set a good time, definitely the bidding price will be high. That is where the agent comes in. He'll have to provide good training facilities so that when you win big and he benefits. But it's a give and take situation.
I don't know if prior to this studio chat you had spoken to Gianni De Madonna, because you and him seem to be speaking from the same turn. And I just want to bring him back again, just briefly, to put for us the perspective, how and when they choose to do business and also manage the agency. What is the thin line between being a business enterprise and also providing the legal services in terms of athletes' representation?
Okay, the managers who they go to claim the money on their behalf, Then after that, they take the money and go away with it.
Some are good agents and some are bad agents, and that's probably why the athletes are complaining that they're eating their money. But some do good job, others don't do good job.
Those young athletes from the rural areas of the country who have not been exposed to the national side, I've heard them complaining. If they can be able to have their own circle which can control them, that's the only way we can rescue these young talents.
Welcome back to Setting the Pace. We are glad you're watching. Remember, you can get to watch these episodes online at www.youtube.com/user/Zuku Sports. Or also, you can find us on Facebook. Our Facebook page is Setting the Pace. You can also tweet us at Zuku Sports, and we certainly will be in touch. Now, Eunice Sum is the world champion in 800 meters from the 2013 World Championships in Athletics. Apart from that, did you know this about Eunice Sum?
My first race was in Slovakia. I won 50,000. The cheapest thing that I own is an handkerchief. The most expensive thing that I own is a mobile phone. My favorite city in the world is Moscow, where I won the gold in 800 meters. The food that I don't like is, I don't like pasta. My favorite fashion style is the African attire. The most embarrassing moment in the running career is when I was in London and I did not manage to go to the same. The most memorable event in my career is when I won the gold in 800 meters in Moscow. My favorite car is Lexus 350. My favorite local music is the Kalenjin music by Junior Contestas. My favorite food is sugali with sucha. My favorite hairstyle is the braids. One thing that people don't know about me is that I am very shy.
Is there an athlete you'd like featured in this program and you'd like to know them in a greater detail other than the world title or Olympic title they are holding? Just get in touch with us at Zuku Sports, as well as the questions that you're sending to us about the world of athletics and the things you'd like to know about athletes and the sport of athletics. And this is this week's trivia question.
Nataka kujua labda 1500 meters hiyo ni laps ngapi? Hiyo sijui sana.
Every lap is 400 meters. If it is 1500, it is 3 3/4 laps.
Many thanks for finding time to join us here on Setting the Pace on Zuku Sports. We are glad you're watching. Remember, you can always get in touch with us at any particular moment. On behalf of the team here, my name is Sadiq Shaban. Thank you very much and goodbye for now.